So COVID numbers as of March 13, 2020, you can see the confirmed cases, the death, and the total recovered. The death from this infection is very less compared to people who are carriers or who are possibly have mildly ill compared to people who have recovered. But this is worldwide and it's on Johns Hopkins website. It's been updated regularly. As you can see, you can go to this website and you can see as of right now upon recording, you can see an interactive map of oops, where all the infection has spread, how bad it is, how many people they have broken down according to how many people are infected in different parts of the world. Um, Malaysia, Qatar, Australia, these places haven't caught up to how much infection there is in China. Then you can see the death with the breakdown of location. So 3,085 deaths, 91 deaths in France, in Korea, Spain. You can see it, 5 deaths in California, um, 4 deaths in Greece, and how many people have recovered. You can even see that much. So, relatively speaking, you can see how many people have infected, um, has confirmed cases, death, or how many people has recovered. Then, if you notice the death rate out of 1,000 people, this is the statistics out of 1,000 people, less than 1% has any death rate below 50 years old. So, the likelihood of this affecting older people above 50 increases. So if you're from 50 to 59, look at the rate, the percentage of how much it goes up. If you're 80 and above, you're at much higher risk of getting this. That's why most of the places that you see this first, or people who are infected first, are elderly people, or it's a nursing home disease. Like this is something you can see much more in nursing home. And then there are some interesting facts, like if you're an active smoker, because it affects your respiratory tract, it if 25% of people who are active smokers got sick. Kids, even if we close down schools, and they're most likely to get infected. They put their hands in the playground and they go and touch everything, their face, your face. They go and touch the dog and they put it on everyone. So the likelihood of them having infection, even though is high, it's much less with this infection with coronavirus. Now, places have been graded according to travel, and most places have been shut down. Like right now in the US, 30 days um, ban has been put into place to prevent people from Europe to travel here and spread the illness. So, grade three places are China, Korea, and Iran. So, that's most high risk. Grade two is Japan, Italy, Hong Kong. Who gives you this COVID? Now, this is going to be a very dumb answer, but it's an obvious answer. Only people who has it. And they have to be within 6 feet distance from you. But 6 feet is almost 2 arm lengths from you. So you need to have prolonged exposure, whether it be on the surface where they have probably touched all the doorknobs, or hard surfaces like doorknobs, switches, um, toilet seat. It could be if you have prolonged exposure and this person is coughing and being in front of you and is very close to you who is infected, then you're likely to get the illness. But if not, if it's someone with flu, then probably you're not going to get that illness. So only people who has COVID is a risk factor for you to get it. Now, complication. Some of the complication, it happens in a progressive state. It goes from one thing to the next to the next. But like we said before, it affects your lungs. Pneumonia is the first thing you can see. That's why 41 people initially in China had pneumonia, and that was the first symptom that appeared. Like that was the first thing we noticed. What is pneumonia? Pneumonia is when all these small air sacs get filled with fluid because it's been destroyed. It's destroyed by the virus. And whatever proteins and enzymes it's producing, it has weakened these air sacs and it's filled with fluid instead of allowing gas exchange to happen. So you'll have difficulty breathing, then which will lead to something much more severe, which is called ARDS, and then you can develop kidney failure and ultimately death. Now, some of the safety things you can do is, before we even say that, like, how is it spread? It's spread through your eyes, nose, and mouth. It is not spread through skin. It's not spread through blood products. There's a reason why they say washing hands for 20 seconds is the best way you can avoid it. Notice when you're sneezing or coughing, you're usually using your fingers. And then in the next 1 hour, try to notice how many times you put that same fingers and hands on your face, how many times you touch your eyes, nose, or mouth with that same fingers. Um, or if you have shaken hands with someone and how many times you have put that on your face. So the easiest way for it to transmit is through your eyes, nose, and mouth. That's why it doesn't matter if someone is just briefly touching you or there is blood products which are infected. It doesn't cause infection that way. The best way to avoid it is to wash hands for 20 seconds. Um, sneeze, uh, sneeze travel around 25 feet. So if you're sneezing, the best way to sneeze is on your elbow, not into your fingers. And it's shown in this figure here. And in surfaces, soft surfaces does not seem to transmit this illness as much as hard surfaces. So like switches, doorknobs, um, toilet seats, all of those things are most likely to have it stay for longer if it's not cleaned. And the best thing you can use is soap and water to clean it. You don't need hand sanitizer. You don't need sanitizer um, in order to uh, clean the hard surfaces. So make sure you clean the light switches, doorknobs, faucets. Um, Soft surfaces aren't that bad. Like, so if there's a cushioned pillow, it's not as bad as something with hard metal surface. You don't need to get your bleach out and start cleaning everything. Just regular soap and water is just fine.